30,000 quills. Every single one barbed. Every single one waiting. You brush against this animal, not even hard, just a graze. And now you have a problem that gets worse every time you breathe. The quills don't just pierce. They migrate. They travel inward through muscle and tissue, driven by your own movement. A lion learned this. A cougar learned this. Even a grizzly bear, 300 times the size of a porcupine, has died from this encounter. The porcupine didn't chase any of them. It never does. It doesn't need to. It just stood there, slow, unbothered, almost casual, while its attacker destroyed itself trying to escape. A porcupine quill is not a spine. It's not a thorn. It is a precision weapon with a design so effective that engineers have studied it for medical needle improvement. Each quill is made of keratin, the same protein as your fingernails. But the tip is wrapped in microscopic backward-facing barbs. Roughly 700 barbs per quill, each one angled at roughly 30 degrees. That geometry is intentional. When the quill enters tissue, forward motion is easy. The barbs compress. But the moment you pull back, those barbs flare open, grip surrounding tissue, and anchor. The harder you pull, the deeper it goes. There is no clean exit. None. Imagine stepping barefoot onto a single porcupine quill. Not dozens. One. The initial penetration feels like a sharp sting, about on par with a hypodermic needle. Early reports from emergency medicine describe it this way. Manageable. Almost ignorable. Then you take a step. That one quill, now slightly deeper, catches muscle fiber. The barbs grip. You reach down and try to pull it out. You feel resistance immediately. Real resistance, like the tissue itself is holding on. Because it is. You pull harder. The quill breaks before it releases. Now the tip is buried deeper than where it started. And the broken shaft left behind? Still barbed. Still migrating. Surgeons have removed porcupine quills from lungs, from hearts, from spinal columns, all from animals that disturbed the porcupine days earlier. Here's what makes this genuinely unsettling. The porcupine does not fear pain the way you do. Its nervous system has been studied, specifically its response to its own quills. Scientists at Harvard found that porcupine quills contain a natural analgesic compound in the barb coating. When a quill enters porcupine flesh, which happens regularly when they fall or fight each other, the wound site experiences reduced inflammation and lower pain response. The animal evolved a built-in painkiller for its own weapon. You have none of that. We assume survival means speed, strength, or intelligence. The porcupine rejects all three. It is slow. It is small. It is, by most measures, an unremarkable rodent that eats bark and waddles through forests. But it has engineered, over millions of years, a defense so precise that it punishes aggression after the fact, not during it. Which animal do you want us to go up against next? Drop it in the comments, the stranger the better. If you learned something today that genuinely surprised you, hit like. It tells us this kind of deep dive is worth making. And subscribe. We publish every week, and we never water it down.